distinguished guests and dear participants. This seminar on national perspective on risk-based approaches for food safety management give us the opportunity to interact with the academia as well as industry and understand their problems and the probable solutions also. So objective of food safety, I just first want to elaborate on the objectives of food safety, why we are concerned about food safety. Objective of food safety management is to ensure availability of safe food across the country. In a big country like India, where food habits are different in different zones in the country, it is an uphill task to implement uniform policy across the country. Even economic status of the people divided the population into several groups, and concept of safe food is not the same among these groups. Poor literacy rate also contribute to this. Now it has been reported by WHO that 70% population in India suffers from various diseases caused due to consumption of unsafe food. These foodborne diseases can be controlled by stopping consumption of unsafe food only. Now the real challenge before the Food Safety Authority of India is to implement the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006 in a stringent way to ensure availability of safe food in the market. Now, advantage of food safety is in the absence of foodborne diseases, cost of medical bill will be reduced drastically, and the saved money on this account can be better utilized for development of the country. Because this cost on medical bill is a simple national wastage, and we can save this money and we can put this money for development of the country. Now, to ensure safe food, ensure food safety, so many legal provisions has been made in our Food Safety Act and Standards Act 2006. So clause 59 of the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006 seeks to provide punishment for unsafe food. As per clause 59 of the FSS Act 2006, any person who, whether by his behalf, manufactures for sale or stores or sells or distributes or imports any article of food for human consumption which is unsafe shall be punishable. Degree of punishment is different for different type of offences. And where such failure or contravention does not result in injury, with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 months and also with fine which may extend to 1 lakh rupees. This has been provided in our clause 59 of the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006. And where such failure or contravention results in a non-grievous injury, with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 year and also with fine which may extend to 3 lakh rupees. And where such failure or contravention results in a grievous injury, with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 years and also with fine which may extend to 5 lakh rupees. And where such failure or contravention results in death, with imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 7 years, but which may extend to imprisonment for life, and also with fine which shall not be less than 10 lakh rupees. These are the various degrees of punishment prescribed in our Food Safety Act. But by providing various degrees of punishment, we cannot ensure safe food, because we have to take measures also to ensure safe food. So in order to ensure safe food, maintenance of quality control in each stage of production of food items to ultimate consumer is required. So all kinds of business, starting from manufacturing to processing, requires license from the authority. This is the first step in Food Safety and Standards Act. In fact, this is the step in any kind of act. So kind of businesses falling under FSSI is practically, it includes everything from manufacturing to retailer to packaging to restaurants to everything. I am not elaborating on this, but we all know that these kind of businesses are falling under FSSI, and every manufacturer or processor or FBOs are required to take license from FSSI for conducting this type of businesses. Now, even petty food business operators whose annual turnover is less than 12 lakhs are required to take registrations from the authority. So this is the first time in this act actually we have included even petty food business operators. But the main emphasis on this regulation actually is hygiene and sanitation. In fact, in Schedule 4 of Food Safety and Standards Regulation 2011, general hygienic and sanitary practices to be followed by food business operators have been elaborated. These are the basic compulsory requirements for ensuring safety of the food manufactured in any premises. FBOs shall continuously try to improve the sanitary and hygienic conditions at the premises with the goal of attaining India HACCP standards. Even Lloyd surveyors, who are international surveyors, they also follow this Schedule 4 for food safety and to ensure food safety. And their ISO 22000 is totally based on Schedule 4 of Food Safety and Standards Regulation 2011. But only sanitation and maintenance of establishment or premises is not only important. Personal hygiene of workers is as well as personal cleanliness is also to be ensured by the FBOs. Because the premises may be very clean and neat and clean, but personal hygiene of the workers is very poor. In that case, we cannot ensure safe food. So persons working directly with and handling raw materials or dairy products shall maintain the highest standards of personal cleanliness at all times. In particular, they shall, because these are highly perishable commodity, so they shall take utmost precautions to ensure safe food. In fact, food safety was first introduced in the fish and fishery products in 1996 due to insistence of EU buyers practically, and they actually suggested a lot of measures to ensure safe food. As all of us know that fish is a highly perishable commodity, and consumption pattern of fish for European Union and overseas buyers are entirely different from the way we consume fish in our country. In fact, they almost consume it raw, so they maintain the highest standard in quality of fish and fishery products. So it was, though in fish and fishery products, it was implemented in 1996, but we took, and the HACCP plan and program was mandatory at that time, from that time. But now food safety regulation has been effected and implemented since 5th August 2011 only. Persons working directly with and handling raw materials or dairy products help maintain the high standards of personal cleanliness at all times, because these are highly perishable commodities. So they should, workers actually, they should wear suitable clean working clothes and hand gear which completely encloses their hair. Even the layout of the plant is also very important. There should not be any cross flow of materials as well as workers, so that contamination can be avoided. They should cover wounds to the skin with a suitable waterproof dressing. No person with injury on hand, even with dressing, shall be placed in any product making or handling section. And in case of any disease, actually they should be stopped from working. These are so many items has been elaborated in Schedule 4 also. And Schedule 4 is very important because we know that prevention is better than cure, and if we can take preventive measures only, then only we can ensure safe food. Because instead of post-mortem analysis in the laboratory, it is always better to have prevention. So, but this post-mortem analysis is also required, because food testing facilities, laboratories are also an integral part to ensure safe food. Even the food testing facilities, actually it is mandatory now in any fish processing unit, but in food processing also, but in pharmaceuticals it is mandatory, and in health supplements also, because since these are coming from pharmaceutical companies only, so they are also making it mandatory to provide a laboratory in-house testing facility. Actually they provided, and they were a well-equipped laboratory for testing of food materials, foods for physical, chemical and microbiological analysis in accordance with the specification standards laid down under the rules regulation shall be in place for regular periodical testing and whenever required. Now, one more thing has been introduced in this act actually. This is FSMS plan. Every manufacturing unit should submit a food safety management system plan or certificate while they are applying for licensing. So, food safety surveillance in India under section 16(3), FSSAI is required to search, collect, analyze, and summarize relevant scientific and technical data, particularly relating to identification of emerging risk, incidence, and prevalence of biological risk, introduction of a rapid alert system, etc. This is the job of FSSAI under section 16(3) of FSSAI Act 2006. The authority is also expected to track food safety trends and advise the government suitably. And authority is also to provide scientific and technical advice and assistance to the central government and the state governments in implementation of crisis management procedures with regard to food safety. Now, in spite of all these things, actually, we cannot totally stop food incidents. So the incident is any event wherever, based on the information available, there are concerns about actual or suspected threats to the safety or quality of food that could require intervention to protect consumers' interest. In this act, actually, consumers also play a very significant role. They can also do everything what FSOs are empowered, actually. So consumers' role is very important and significant in this FSSAI Act. So role of enforcement officers also has been elaborated in this regulations, rules and regulations. I do not want to elaborate on this, but the main emphasis is on the role of food business operators. Actually, onus on the food safety lies on the food business operators. It is their efforts actually which can only ensure safe food. And they should actually take all necessary measures to protect public health. That should be in their mind. And maintain an effective recall and traceability system. This recall procedure has also a new thing in FSSAI rules and regulations. And they should maintain, FBOs should maintain processes and traceability documentation also. They should notify the relevant official agencies and the FSSAI of incidents or potential incidents without delay. They should initiate the withdrawal and or recall of products if necessary. And they should provide all necessary assistance and cooperation to an investigating agency and ensure timely release of information relevant to an investigation. Review and update information as it becomes available and ensure investigating agencies are notified during incidents. In fact, in US FDA, this is a mandatory that FBOs actually will report any adverse report about their product, and they should place it before the US FDA, and accordingly action will be taken to take remedial measures. And then prevent the sale of food which does not comply with the provision of any regulation applicable to that particular food. So incident, when occurs, actually it will close also at some point of time. So incident closure is complete investigation into the incident, then only incident can be closed, and ensure all possible action has been carried out to ensure food products have been recalled or withdrawn. Notify all parties involved that the incident is closed when action was initiated by the food business operator, enforcement officers, or the central authority. And make a summary report of the outcome, including details on the quantity of product recalled, withdrawn, returned, or destroyed. And if all these measures are taken actually, then only we can ensure safe foods. So India has various food products in each state, and food innovation is taking place at a high rate. So we are getting a lot of products every day, almost every day, and the standards of which has not been specified in any food safety regulation. So the consumer safety is of paramount importance, and main objective of FSSAI is to ensure that all products which are placed in the market are having appropriate safety. This is also the concern of the FBOs also. So this is achievable only if the FBOs take preventive measures in respect of hygiene, sanitation, and stringent quality control of food products in every stage, starting from collection of raw materials to the platter in the dining table. Any weakness in this chain will make the product unsafe. It is something like cold chain. The weakest strength of the chain is the weakest point of the chain. So it is only the preventive measures and remedial measures actually which can ensure safe food in the country. But it will take some time because mindset of the country, of the people, of the FBOs actually are a little bit old. So this will take some time. But I hope this will come within a very short time. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.